It's obvious that you listen to this show to hear about and support other people's dreams. But what about yours? What is your dream project? I'm here to help you break through whatever is in the way of your dreams and get you to the finish line. Go to dreamingbigcoaching.com today and take the first step. Literally, it's a button you can click to sign up for a free consultation with me. Let's find out if I can help you reach your goal. Click on Take the First Step. It's that simple to start the rest of your life. Get coached by Rob Southgate at dreamingbigcoaching.com. Welcome back to Go Fund This. Today, we have a tactical card game that we're going to be talking about. Havoc Gen Zero. I have a guest with me. I have Zack Howe. Zack, welcome to the show. Oh, and I should say this up front too. We'll put the links in the show notes so you can follow this. I'm a broken record, man. I say it all the time.
Well, thank you. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, Zack, is this your first Kickstarter?
Yes, it is.
It
so
is.
our company, it's our first game that we're launching as a company. And I personally have not done a Kickstarter in my work in the past. So yeah, this is the first.
So exciting. Very exciting. Well,
Very
good.
much
Hopefully people here that are hearing this are going to get excited and want to support you and encourage you, because isn't that the point of doing the Kickstarter, is not only to get the product made, but to get people excited and try to give your company legs, right?
I hope so.
So do I. That's why I do this. Okay, so Havoc Gen Zero. This is, when you say Gen Zero, is this the first in what you hope is a series of Havoc games?
Yeah. So, I mean, in some respects, yes, or at least the first edition, if you will. So the base set of the game has 200 unique cards. And so we'll be releasing that with Gen Zero. Now, the next iteration of the game, after the Kickstarter, assuming the Kickstarter goes well and we're able to start producing these things, in larger quantities, then in that case, we'll start putting out similar editions of the game, but because they won't be the Kickstarter, official Kickstarter one, they'll probably be, Gen 1 or Gen 2 or whatever subtitle we decide to give it. But then beyond that too, we'll have expansions of the game going forward that will actually change the components as well.
Excellent. So this is a little different. Usually when we're doing this show, we have all the information in front of us, but we're doing this actually pretty early. When does this Kickstarter actually start?
The Kickstarter is going to go live August 27th. We are announcing that, depending on the day that we post this interview, today or we have announced it recently. And that is, we'll be actually releasing our trailer with it, which, to be honest, I'm even more excited about. The Kickstarter is very cool. I'm excited to finally announce the launch date, but oh my goodness, when you see the trailer, it is going to blow your mind, because it blew mine.
Amazing. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so on Kickstarter, you can type in NYX Studios and find it. You can type in, I believe, Havoc-1, you'll find it. Or Havoc, enter Havoc.
Gen Zero.
Yeah, Gen
sadly,
Zero.
if you just search Havoc, you might not find us.
Yeah, there's a lot of Havocs out there,
there's
right?
A few Havocs. Ironically, it's just Havoc and Pandemonium out there. But Havoc Gen Zero will definitely get you there, or NYX Studios, as you say.
Yeah, NYX Studios. That's probably the easiest, or even easier, just click on the link in the show notes. And since this is a month out, you can go there, you can click on Notify Me on Launch. That way you're right there with them through this whole journey as they're doing interviews, as they're releasing artwork and new information. Bam, you're right on top of it, so that day one you can jump in and really support this. Do you have a goal that you can reveal yet?
We have not revealed that publicly yet. I'm
not going to push you, man.
I'll say that I'm pretty confident, given that how many pre-sales we have, that we're going to hit it. That's another note I should make, I guess, is that in addition to following the Kickstarter in preparation for the launch, you could also go to presale.enterhavoc.com and you can reserve a copy of the game and you get a discount on the day that the Kickstarter launches. So yes, so the reason we did that particular model, this pre-sale model, is to ensure that we would have a successful Kickstarter. So I'm pretty confident that we'll hit our goal. But I should never assume anything.
And stay tuned. You're going to have to find out what that goal actually is after everything goes live, or maybe a little bit before that. Hi there. I'm Rob Southgate and host of this show. This is the trailer for TTRPG Insider, a podcast about, you guessed it, tabletop role-playing games. Actually, it's more specifically about the amazing people that create TTRPGs. Each episode, I'll interview someone who is involved in making the games that we all love to play. You'll hear from world builders, artists, musicians, writers, marketers, people that run the Discord, and really just anyone involved behind the scenes. And this isn't just a promo show talking about how great their games are. I want to hear their stories. How they got to where they are. What's their history with gaming? Any tips they can give, and hopefully some fun stories about their lives. So, let's make this official. Welcome to the TTRPG Insider Podcast. TTRPG Insider is a celebration of an industry that I love. I started this show so I would have a chance to talk with the people that you might meet at a convention if you're lucky enough. So grab your dice, throw on some headphones, and come with me on this journey. Oh yeah, make sure to subscribe or follow wherever you listen to podcasts to hear our first episode when it drops this week. So, Havoc Gen Zero tactical card game. Here's the description. It says a neuropunk tactical card game with a genre-defying spatial dimension set in the terminus, a station at the end of time. I like everything I just read. The artwork is super cool. It's a card game, 2 to 4 players, 14 plus on the age, 30 to 60 minutes. It's a perfect amount of time. You're going to sit there at your kitchen table, destroy the world or fix it, whatever it's going to be, and have some real fun. I mean, it looks really cool, and I can see why you've got a lot of pre-orders already. You've got 661 followers already, and this is like the first time we're telling anybody about this. So this is cool. This is cool. Yeah. I think you've got legs here, Zach.
Thank you. I like to think that too, but again, I can't assume anything. Just to note a couple of the descriptors there. So neuropunk is a good one to focus on. That is our brilliant head writer, who is an Oxford grad and just truly the most brilliant person I know. He wants to create a new genre entirely. So he's coined this term neuropunk. We'll see if it sticks. He is very hopeful. But it is apt. I mean, it's a really dark, cerebral, hard sci-fi world. It kind of borders on horror in some respects. It's an incredibly rich lore that he's created. I mean, the universe itself is brand new original IP, hundreds of pages of writing. He created 8 unique alien civilizations for it. And just to give you a sense of how much he wrote, so it all takes place at the Central Space Station at the edge of time, as you noted, Port Terminus. But he wrote backstory, so much so that each of these 8 alien civilizations have their own homeworlds, and the homeworlds have histories, and the civilizations have prehistory. So he literally wrote the evolution of each of these species that he developed, and that's all just backstory. So, like, as cool as the card game is, which I tend to think it's pretty cool because I'm the designer of that, the lore probably is where the bread and butter is at. It's incredible. It's incredibly rich, as is the art for that matter.
I mean, all I'm doing is getting the artwork and this little tiny description, and I'm already so in. So I think you've got it right. It looks super cool to me. So
thank you very much.
As far as tiers go, what kind of tiers are we looking at? Tell us what you can. I know it's early.
Yes. So I noted this earlier, but just for context, so it makes sense. So there are 200 unique cards in the base set. Now, this is a card game / board game. So the card game takes place on a 6x6 grid. So each box set will have 3. They come in tiers, as you say. The smallest one we call the starter set. That one has all of the components that you'll find in any other box set: board, dice, tokens, yada, yada, yada. But it has 125 total cards. So it's not every single card in the unique set, or not every single unique card in the set, I should say. But it's enough to make multiple decks. It's a deck building game, so you can construct decks however you want, following a few deck construction rules. But with 125 cards, there's
Lots of options.
No shortage of permutations. The next setup would be the core set. Now that one has just about 200 cards. It's not literally every single card in the game. It does not include what we call our legend cards. Those are cards that represent actual characters in the universe, as opposed to just more, general combatants and things of that nature. But otherwise, it has 200 cards, and so that one, again, even more deck construction options. And then lastly, we have the Nyx Walker set, which is our big bad boy that has 2 copies of all the standard cards, all of the legend cards, all of the mechs and pilots.
Wow.
It has nearly 400 cards. So that one specifically, we note, supports 4-player 2v2. Technically, you can play 2v2 with the middle-sized box set, the core set. Now, that said, the decks that you'd have to construct with only 200 cards, once you're making 4 to use simultaneously, they're a little bit more limited, which is why we don't really advertise 2v2 for that set, but it is possible.
Interesting. Do you have, and you're probably going to say no, or probably not be able to reveal, on a Kickstarter like this, do you have any stretch goals in mind?
We do.
All right. I scored. I threw it out there and I scored.
Yeah. You know what? My colleagues be damned. I'm going to tell you what they are. I think they're okay, because I know we're going to be kind of revealing them a little as we go, just so we don't get ahead of ourselves. But
reveal a couple.
I'm going to get ahead of myself. So we've developed multiple expansions for this game, and the first expansion will release in sets in the stretch goals, sets of like 6 or 7 cards a piece. So in total, that expansion is 75 cards. So hopefully we'll get all 75 cards out there into the ether. If we hit all of those stretch goals, we'll see. But at the very least, we'll have, I'd like to think we'll have a few. And so we'll add some extra cards to the base set.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good stretch goal. That's the kind of thing that like chums the water, that makes me go, okay, how do I help them get to this? Because I want all 75 cards.
That is the hope. Yes.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right. So it is, let's say it again. This is Havoc Gen Zero, a tactical card game. On Kickstarter, you can type in Havoc Gen Zero, or you can type in Nyx Studios, NYX Studios. Either way, you're going to get there. It launches again August. What did you say?
It's 27th.
August 27th. And but if you go there now, like right now, go click on it. Click notify me on launch. You'll get the updates as they come in. You'll be the first to know what the tiers are. You'll be the first to know as stretch goals happen. Like, it all will be you. And you'll get all hyped for it. Then you can tell your friends so that they buy decks, so we can get some 2v2 going. And you'll be the first ones in the gate. So that's what you want. Zach, this was awesome. Where can people follow this? It doesn't have to be you, on social media to get more hype around it.
Yes, absolutely. So Havoc TCG, basically any social platform, you'll find it at Havoc TCG. Now, I should note that the T technically stands for tactical and not trading. We are not following the trading card game model, but Havoc TCG is the at, and I don't think I talked about gameplay at all, so I'll just say
let's hear it.
Just the one-liner. Imagine if Magic and chess had a sci-fi love child. That's Havoc. So if that sounds interesting to you, go nuts.
That's either a beast with 2 weird heads that could end up ruling England, or it's super cool.
Exactly.
Sorry for that shot at England.
Could be both, not mutually exclusive, right?
That's right. So there you go. We got it. So please tell your friends. Share it with people. If you know anyone that plays card games, you definitely want to make them aware of this. We want to support this. We want to get people jumping in early, because the bigger boom they can make on day 1, day 2, the more likely we are to see volume 2 of this and volume 3, or the other crazy cool worlds that Nyx is going to build. So, Zach, thank you again.
Thank you.
Good luck.